Yeah, Kendrick, we standing on business tonight. The Mavs have finally beat the Clippers in the playoffs, and we on our way to Oklahoma.
A lot of demons got exercised in this series. Finally got past the Clippers. Finally, a Luka team beat the Clippers after three tries. Finally getting those dub over the Clippers. Big up. This is what you brought Kyrie in for. Now 13-0 in closeout games in his career. This guy's a killer. He's a finisher. He's a closer. And boy, he closed the door on the Clippers tonight, man. That shot he made in the corner in front of the Mavs bench was sick. And man, hey, listen, I called it Mavs in 6. I said Mavs in 6, and doggone it, that's what happened. I'm standing on that business.
There it is, right there, Kendrick. Mavs in 6.
Called it before the series started. Mavs in 6. Standing on that business, and daggone it, the Mavs proved me right, doggone it.
Only thing I think first, man, make sure them ribs is right.
more importantly for us, little personal note for me and my boy Big Cheers. We off for the weekend.
Most importantly,
yeah. Once we done with this, man. Hey, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. I may drop off in Cancun on Sunday, man.
I'm going to my parents. I'm going to my parents' house.
Ain't nobody a quick 2-hour drive to Cancun. Give me up in on them beaches, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to my parents' house.
Yeah, man. Woo! Big time win though for the Mavs, man. Big time win. This is what you bought Kyrie in for. The others, as we talked about, came through. You had timely baskets from Josh Green, timely baskets from Derrick Jones Jr., timely threes from PJ Washington. Daniel Gafford found his manhood in that second half, man. That big posterization on Zubac, basically taking his balls back. And Derek Lively, man, clutch free throw shooting at the end, played big. It was a full team effort tonight. But the guys,
especially on a night where Luka gives you 28 and Kyrie gives you 30 points.
Gives you 30.
And all that. And what was that? What's that? 28 of them points came in the second half.
Yeah. And also, man, especially after losing Maxey in the first half through a shoulder sprain. Hopefully it's nothing serious. It doesn't leave him out of the series or leave him he's able to come back in that series against OKC.
Yeah, you want to know something? You want to know something? Maxey was good for this series. I don't think he'll be effective in this next series because you heard what Kyrie said going into this next series.
No, I wasn't able to hear it.
I want to say it was Lisa Salters. I want to make sure I get her name right. She said how are we, what are you looking for? What is the next round going to be like? He said this next one is getting ready to be upbeat. We're going against a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
So he's like, basically what he's saying is we're going to be running the next round.
I
think Maxey's, you know when you're going to need Maxey again? If we make it to the Western Conference Finals, that's when Maxey's going to be key again.
This upcoming series,
it's going to be Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford makes a return next series. Daniel Gafford's about to get back on track.
You're facing a smaller team with Chet Holmgren. He loves to do a lot of pick and pop. It's not too much physical going on with the OKC Thunder. So it's maybe something Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively can take advantage of with pick and rolls and being big. Well, you can see Zubac was the biggest guy on the floor when he was out there. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a different series. OKC Thunder like to play 5 out, drive and kick for threes. Of course, SGA probably gonna be an MVP of the league. Probably gonna get his award in front of Luka and them game 1. So that's probably when it happens. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough series. But I like the Mavs chances, man. I like the Mavs experience going into this next series with Luka and Kyrie, and with Luka and Kyrie. I like our experience with our stars more than their stars.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good series, man. And just shout out. Listen, I told Kendrick probably about halfway in the third quarter. I said, Kendrick, these boys done quit. They quit.
Yeah, when they came out on it started, the Mavs had a horrible end to a horrible second quarter, getting outscored. And then when it came out on that 8-0 run, you knew the Mavs came up on standing on business coming out in that second half and really just exploded from there. And yeah, got up to a 3 or 24, 25 point lead. Of course the Clippers hit some threes and will it down, but yeah, it was pretty much over. It was them boys were slowed up. You can tell the Clippers had tired legs in this series. As the series went on, like I said, they was looking more slower and slower. And then when you saw Westbrook missing layups, he was missing jump shots, and he started missing layups. Them boys' legs were shot. Paul George had nothing in this game. James Harden had something in the first quarter, a little bit in the first half, but had nothing in the second half. And yeah, man, it was church from there. Kyrie got stronger as the game went on and closed these boys on out. Like I said, what was it? A 35-20 third quarter. That won the game right there. Mavs outscoring the Clippers by 15 in that third quarter. Just laid it off to a convincing win, 114-111.
In other bad news, the Stars are about to lose game 3. We're about to go in the series. It's tied as the Knights just scored a goal as the game is it looks like it's about to end.
Well, Game 7 in Dallas on Sunday.
Game 7 is coming to Dallas, I guess.
On Sunday. Get ready. Get ready, Dallas. You got to pull these boys home.
The Rangers lose. The Stars win. I'm sorry. The Dallas Wings win. The Mavericks win, but the Stars lose.
The basketball teams was okay.
Basketball held it up tonight.
Yeah,
the Dallas Wings win. The Dallas Mavericks win.
What happened to the rest of the sports?
Yeah.
Well, Rangers get a crack at it again tomorrow. So hey.
Yeah.
Hey, we know how they do. We all hyped up on that Mavs thing right here, man. Definitely. Shout out. Go ahead.
And Malcolm has pointed out Kyrie Irving 13-0 in closeout games. Yeah. Not to mention the Luka finally gets over the hump of beating the Clippers in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, he exercised that demon. Like I said, we don't know what the future of the Clippers is. Pretty much, I think they're gonna break up, man. This is like the third out of fourth.
Listen, this whole thing was a failure. Yeah. Let's just call it was a Clipper. The Clippers getting together was a failure. They didn't make it to a Western Conference Finals, and they didn't make it to a NBA championship. The whole experiment has been a failure. Kawhi's never been healthy. He hadn't been healthy since they got him.
Yeah. Last time he was healthy was in Toronto. Let's think about that.
Right.
Last time he was healthy was in Toronto.
When they got him in the bubble. The summer of the bubble, he got hurt. Came back. He got hurt again.
Yeah.
He came back. They beat us.
They played the Suns that year, and he got hurt. He got hurt in that series against the Suns.
No, he got hurt in the Utah series after they beat us.
Series. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he came back. I think they missed a year. And then he come back, and they got put out by the Suns last year.
Yeah, I think he was hurt in that series. So
right.
He
played one game and was gone the rest of the series.
Yeah, and right now he only played 2 games and he was done in this one. So yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen with the Clippers. Paul George looked like all reports he's probably out of there.
He's checked out. Tyrone. I knew Tyronn Lue was going to the Lakers when he put PJ Tucker in the starting lineup tonight. That was definitely a sign for me that he was done.
We know Russell Westbrook. He's gone. We don't know what James Harden.
Oh yeah, the organization already said that he was gone at the end of this year.
So it may be just James Harden and a bunch of guys. It may be James Harden, Kawhi, in there coming on next year. In that what kind of building they call it? The dome, some kind of dome, something. But anyway, But anyway, enough about those losers. We talk about the winners right now. The Mavs standing on that business, Game 6, like I predicted. Getting this series done, and big time win, and on to OKC, man. The good thing about this series is it's not a long distance between the two teams, man.
We have it straight up 35.
Yeah,
heading out.
It really is the shortest series of if Dallas. I think even shorter than Houston or San Antonio. So it's the shortest series Mavs could actually get, I think, playing OKC, even though it's another state, but I think the shortest plane ride. But yeah, man, get ready.
Bus ride, whichever one they take it. I think they probably gonna take the bus. They probably gonna take the bus to Oklahoma.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I like our chances. I like our chances. I know they got the home court, but I like the experience from Luka and Kyrie, and I like the way we match up as far as in the paint with our bigs. Listen, Chet's a hell of a player, but man, pound that dude when you get a chance, man, because it ain't no but 135 pounds down.
Oh yeah, the Derek Lively Chet Holmgren matchup is about to be really interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, SJA, he's big time, and this Jalen Williams. Remember the name, Jalen Williams. He's up and coming, big time player, man. He listen, the Pelicans definitely know who the hell he was. He was averaging like 28 points in the last series. So, yeah, they got a young team, but like I said, I like the Mavs. I like the Mavs taking them in the deep waters where they haven't never been before. Young teams don't even usually do this well in the second round because they're in waters. Booty cheeks get tight. They're in waters they've never been before. I think the Mavs gonna take advantage of that. I'm already predicting. I got the Mavs once again in 6.
This is where the experience comes in, not with the players. The experience of the coach. The coaching is going to come in too.
Right. Correct. That's a good point. That is a real good point. You got to. Well, I don't know how long. I can't pronounce the dude's name, but I don't know. Is this his second year? Well, OKC.
I don't know, but he did win coach of the year, but the coaching is going to really come in. See, I think it's RJ Choppy who makes the point. Coaches aren't really important until playoffs time.
Right.
That's when you find out if you got a good coach or not when it comes down to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You find out if he's good or not by his rotations, what he does in certain moments when they come around. What does he do? His lineups, all that matter for the coach in the playoffs.
Yeah, Mark.
That's where they make their fame at.
Mark Daigneault, my young coach, 39 years. 39 years. He started at OKC at 20. I guess in the bubble, year 2020. Soon the role of coaching 2020. So
has to be big in OKC games. Honestly, I don't think they bring Tim back.
I think he'll find his way back. Because like we said, the Mavs still had some problems making. We would have to lose a game. Well, you know what? I tell you, scratch that. You're right. He will have to come back because Maxi's hurt now. Yeah.
So
Maxi's
now we got to have him play.
You got to have a shot. You got to have listen. We always clown on Tim Hardaway Jr., but you got to have a guy that at least can hit a 3-point shot. Hopefully he can when open, but he should. But the big thing, we don't know when Maxi. I haven't heard anything on Twitter. He just heard it, so we'll probably find out word this weekend. What his availability is, what his status is going into the next round.
Yeah, but Maxi, I'm gonna be honest with you. This won't be a Maxi series. This will be a Daniel Gafford series right here. Daniel Gafford gonna get a lot of run. He gonna get a lot of run this series.
Right. Okay.
This is gonna be a foot race, guys. I keep trying to tell you. Kyrie just told you it's gonna be real upbeat.
Yeah. But Lucas said I'm tired. But I tell you what, get some rest, buddy, because you're gonna be going up and down. You're gonna be going up and down on Tuesday.
Yeah, for the next 2 weeks, you're gonna be going up and down.
You'll be going up and down. So yeah. But like I said, Mavs were able to establish themselves in the second half. Really, they were the better team the whole game. They just had a bad second quarter, allowed the Clippers to get back in it. With only getting outscored 26-18. But established themselves back in the third quarter. Starting with that 8-0 run to start off the third, and then Kyrie just exploded. Like I said, outscoring the Clippers 35-20. That was pretty much church at church then. Then took complete control of it early in the fourth, and then it was just church. Mavs win comfortably. Like I said, I had it 120 to 97. They ended up finishing 114 to 101, but still they took control late in the game, finished comfortably, and yeah, man, we're proud of the boys, man. Exercising demons against the Clippers. It was kind of sad to see what's that, Steve Ballmer? He was sitting over quiet, man. Yeah, they showed him on the ballots. They showed him on the ballots, man. He had his hand in his face, man, looking like this. He had his hand on his face.
Who's that?
Yeah, Steve Ballmer.
Oh yeah. He said I spent all that money and I ain't got a Western Conference Finals appearance yet.
I spent all that money on a man whose knee was dead on arrival. When he got it was dead on arrival.
She showed up dead on arrival.
Oh, that knee showed up. That knee showed up from Toronto dead on arrival. Oh, Capazzo got
and Steve Ballmer when he signed. Steve Ballmer said this when he was signing Kawhi.
All in.
He done right. Y'all in. Y'all in. Kawhi's all in. He'll get the rest of that money. Well, yeah, Capazzo got Mavs in 5. Okay, Capazzo.
All right, Kendrick, let's cue you up. Let's go over. Let's do some stats and some facts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it, man. I'm still enjoying myself, man, over this Mavs win. But yeah, man, back in the second round. Let's get to these stats and facts. Go ahead and cue my music up, homie. I'm just so happy I'm gonna have a weekend off. Thank God.
Yeah, I told you I'm going to my parents' house.
I'm stuffed. It must be a good week. You going to your parents' house.
I'm going to see my parents.
Hey man, we check. Yeah, man, get out the refrigerator, man. Check some whole cookies.
My parents.
You ain't slick. Okay. Let's get to the stats and facts. Mavs win once again, 114 to 111. Let's get to the stats and facts. Mavs. I'll pull it right here. Okay. The Mavs shoot 48% from the field. In this game, the Clippers only shoot 42% from the field. Mavericks standing on their business on defense. The Clippers also were 8 out of 31 for 26% from the 3-point line. The Mavs were 12 out of 36 for 33%. So the Mavs play hella defense. This team's different, man. This team plays defense, man. They D you up. They got the athletes to D you up now. Free throws. The Clippers were 25 out of 32 for 78%. The Mavs were 22 out of 33 for 67%. Rebounds were even up at 45 apiece. Offensive boards, the Mavs had 18 of them. The Clippers had 16. Assists, the Mavs had 26. The Clippers had 23. Steals, the Mavs had 6, and the Clippers had 4. Blocks, the Mavs had 4. The Clippers had 2. Total turnovers, the Clippers ended up with 11 turnovers. The Mavs ended up with 10. The Mavs, both teams scored 17 points off their team's individual turnovers. Fast break points, Mavericks had 16. The Clippers had 15. Points in the paint were even up at 44 apiece. Like I said, this game was won on the defense end, and that spurt by Kyrie. Like I said, the Mavs holding the Clippers to 42% and 26% from 3. You remember when we said? Remember when the sky was falling? Me Walt was saying after game 1. There's no damn way they're gonna shoot 50% and 60% from 3. That's not gonna happen. They had that little outline of the game they had when they shot the lights out in game 1, and then like I said, people say, well, game 4 they were just hitting contested shots. In game 1 when they were shooting, everybody was hitting shots, even Westbrook. We said that would never happen, and we was proven right. Let's get to the box score. Let's start off.
Well, it did happen again in what game? But it did happen again in what game? when we came back?
Game 4, but they was hit. But like I said, they was hitting contested shots. I mean, you just got to give it to them. Paul George was hitting shots with guys in his face. So was James Harden, and even what's that dude's name? Norman Powell. They was just hitting crazy contested shots in Game 4. Game 1 was they were just going crazy. Well, everybody was just hitting shots. Even guys who couldn't shoot was hitting shots. Well, let's get to the box score for the nice game. PJ Washington, 14 points. He had 2 assists, 2 steals. Also had 5 boards. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 of 8 from 3. He was 50% from 3, Walk, and 4 of 9 from the field total. In 35 minutes, Derrick Jones Jr. did a hell of a job. Back-to-back games.
I want to read
Paul
this comment real quick from Jay Nonstop. These last 2 games have been the best defense from the Mavs and the best coaching from Kidd. They will beat the Thunder. Wow.
Listen, man, Coach Kidd. Listen, Coach Kidd. Y'all got to start giving Coach Kidd some credit, man. He is coaching. Listen, he is when at least in the playoffs, man. Listen, this man has won. What is it? And he's in the playoffs. He's won 4 of his first 5 series. He done coached in. As far as the Mavs coach, so give that guy's credit, man. He's showing you he's a great coach, especially when it comes to playoff time, like I said. But getting back to the stats and facts, Derrick Jones Jr. One hell of a defensive effort on Paul George, made it tough on him again. He only had 6 points, but he was a +9. He had 2 assists, had 5 rebounds, had a block in this game. I think he blocked on Paul George on a shot. He was just all up in his shorts again. He's 3 of 5 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3 in 36 minutes. Daniel Gafford, 22 minutes, had a monster dunk and one on Zubac. Had 13 points, 6 rebounds. His best offensive performance of the series was a +17 in this game. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 5 of 8 from the field. Kyrie Irving, amazing. Dude only had 2 points in the first.
2 points, Kendrick.
In the first
half.
He
only had 2 points.
Had 28. Had 28 in the second. He was a +22, the highest plus on the Mavs team today. Also had 2 blocks, 2 steals, 4 assists, 6 boards. Finished up in 42 minutes. Was 11 of 19 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. And only blemish, he missed back-to-back free throws on the free throw line. He's 3 of 5 from the free throw line. But
ain't got a payback following away 3 like Paul George did in Game 4. To pretty much put this thing on ice.
Yeah. Also, we had Luka, 43 minutes. He had 28 points. He was a +9. Had 13 assists. Had 7 boards in this game. Had a steal. Also had a block. Was 9 of 11 from the free throw line. 9 of 26 from the field. 1 of 10 from 3. That's an awful shooting 3, but go hurt, big fella. Kyrie had you in that second half. As we know, Maxi Kleber only played 5 minutes. Got injured. He finished up with 4 points and 1 rebound. Derek Lively, 24 minutes. He had 10 points. So you got 23 points total from your center position. And also you had 23 points and 15 boards from your center position total, because Derek Lively had 19. He also had 3 assists in this game and had a steal. He was 3 of 3 from the field and 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Josh Green, 21 minutes. He had 7 points. He was a +7. Had 4 boards, had an assist in this game. His energy in the first, especially starting off in the first half, basically canceled out Westbrook. They basically took Westbrook out the game because Josh Green was just beating them to every basketball on the floor. Dante Exum had 2 points. I think he had a layup on Paul George, but had 1 assist, 1 rebound in this game. He was 1 out of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3-point line in 7 minutes. I think next series is going to be his series coming up against OKC Thunder. And then you had AJ Lawson.
I think Dante Exum about to have a good series too.
Yeah, I think he have a double. I think he have his double figures against the OKC Thunder.
This like I said, this game, that pace is about to pick up. I think he's good. He's better at fast pace. That's why tonight when he was on the faster pace lineup, he did pretty good.
Yeah. You also had AJ Lawson. You also had AJ Lawson, Dwight Powell, and Jaden Hardy. Each have a minute, but that was in cleanup duty right there. Let's get to the to the LA
Losers.
Clippers. Yeah, to the losers. PJ Tucker in probably his final game in the NBA. See you in China, buddy. 20 minutes. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds. In this game, he did hit 2. He was 2 out of 3 from the 3-point line, 3 out of 5 from the field in this game. Paul George, 42 minutes. He only had 18 points. He was a minus 19. Like I said, Derrick Jones Jr. was all up in this boy from game 4. Excuse me, from game 5 to game 6. Remember, Derrick Jones Jr. said on the post game in game 4, he said, "I take this person." He basically called his own self out and holding Paul George to basically, what was it? What was it? Basically total 33 points in 2 games. That's what he had in game 4. So he had 18 in this game, had 15 in the other. My math may be wrong, but holding him under 20 points back-to-back games. Really awesome ball on Derrick Jones Jr. Paul George did have 11 rebounds in this game, though. Walt had 5 assists. He was 2 of 10 from 3, 6 of 18 from the field. Good job. Yeah, good job on Derrick Jones and his defense. Zubac had a double-double, had 17 points, 11 rebounds, but wasn't as dominant as he's been in the early part of this series, man. He got it as good as he gave it this time. He was 6-11 from the field, 5-8 from the free throw line, 37 minutes, and got posted his ass off by D-Gas. James Harden, the enigma that never was. James Harden finished up with 16 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds. He was 5 of 16 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. This dude had 2 games. In the 2 games they won, he was over 30. In the 4 games they lost, his average was at 15 points. That was his average. So you get it you tell me with James Harden. Moving on, Terrence Mann, 39 minutes. He had 14 points. His best offensive night. His best offensive put out of the series.
So,
too bad in the high.
But James Harden turned back into, and I kept telling people, bro, I don't know why people still believe in him. He never shows up in the playoffs. He never shows up in the playoffs. Never has he.
Like I said, in the 2 games they won, he averaged 32 points. In the 4 losses, he averaged 15.2 points. So that's basically half his production. But anyway, Terrence Mann had 14 points, his best offensive production of the series. Too bad in the hot air. He had 3 assists, 6 boards in this game. He's 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Also hit both his free throws in 39 minutes. Mason Plumlee had 2 minutes, didn't do much with it, but had a -7. That was basically it. Amir Coffey, 8 minutes. He had 2 points. He was a -14, had 2 rebounds. He was 1 of 1 from the field. Also had Norman Powell, 36 minutes. He had 20 points. He was a +6. Had 4 boards also. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. But all in all, you say then we had one Russell Westbrook, who probably will be out the league unless some team needs to sell tickets or sign him. In 9 minutes, that's basically all Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue's telling you Westbrook is out the door. In 9 minutes, he only played 9 minutes. He had 6 points, was a -8, 1 steal, 1 assist. He was 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. After he got kicked out of the game, he basically had nothing the rest of the series. Also, you had Boston Jr. He made an appearance. Bones Highland, who's sitting there dying on that team, and also Brown. All those guys had a minute apiece in this game, and that is your stats and facts of the Mavs big time series clinching win on to the first round. Stats and facts brought to you by me, myself, and I, and also Walt pushing buttons and placing music. God bless you. We're gonna have a 3-day week. We're gonna have a weekend off, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, we definitely partying. We are definitely partying and excited.
Y'all just don't know, guys. We've been grinding. We have been grinding for these past These past 2.5 weeks, we've been grinding.
Oh, they know.
Cowboys.
We've been on almost every night, every day.
Yeah, Cowboys, Mavs, draft, stars. Shoot. Wings, draft. We've been grinding, man.
Rangers.
I need these couple days off. Y'all just don't know, man. I need these couple days off. All right, we get down to the highlights.
I may not have started the Westbrook sucks chance in the yeah.
No,
that sounds like you did.
No, you started. Yeah, you may. You did. You may. You started it.
Yeah. We know you did because we saw you got caught on the jumbotron looking at your damn phone.
On your phone. On your phone. You didn't wave or nothing. On your phone. You was famous. You was famous for 2 seconds on your phone. Well, your phone was more famous than you was. But anyway.
Well, I'll tell you somebody who was famous tonight. Luka right here. He started off high, but then when they went on a run, he started what's his name? Well, I had to pick my signed football up late June because I'm still in Thailand. Don't worry, Capazzo, it'll still be here.
We still got it for you, buddy.
We still got it. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Paul George with a 3. That was the easiest look he had of the night. Everything else was just tough.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. was up in this dude. He was deep inside. More deep inside than that doctor was up in my colon about a month.
So y'all never seen that before?
I never seen that before. Oh man. Yeah, we got on the Clippers tonight. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good to see. It was so good to see. And I told Kendrick this at the start of the game. I said, well, they're gonna get a lot of pick and rolls tonight because you done put PJ Washington out there on the floor.
Yeah, that was a sign of desperation.
Thanks, Sam. She said she got us close.
Okay, thanks, Sam. That was a sign of desperation. PJ Tucker. They were trying. They were saying that was Max's 3 before he got injured. But Ty Lue made that move to sacrifice defense for offense because he wasn't getting nothing out of Amir Coffey and Westbrook as far as hitting threes. But the only thing is, man, that's a poor defensive lineup when you got basically Paul George, your only good defender on that lineup. Him and Terrence Mann.
Nice pass. That was the only 2 points that Kyrie scored in the first half.
Look at that block.
Oh, nice.
Derrick Jones. That should have been a foul right there. Derrick Jones Jr. was up in this man's trousers.
Derrick Jones Jr. took the Paul George assignment very serious after Paul George hit that shot in Game 4. Okay, Terrence, man, we'll let you take that. We good with that. We can live with. We want you and Westbrook.
Yeah, if they hit it, then they just hit it. But you can't allow. But the Mavs made a conscious effort. Coach Kidd said, we're not gonna allow James Harden and Paul George to have their way. Both of those guys getting 30. That can't happen.
Nope. Coach Kidd did exactly what he said they're gonna do. We gotta run them. We're gonna run them off the line. Coach Kidd wanted Harden taking those floaters. He was okay with that. The floaters were invited.
That's what the Mavs made. That's what the Clippers made them run. The Mavs got sloppy late in that second.
Well, that's because Maxey got off the floor.
Yeah, Maxey got off the floor. The Clippers did take a lead 52, with the Mavs able to tie it back at the half. But that second half, I think the Mavs. The Mavs stood on that business. Wow, stood on that business.
I've been saying this all season. I've been saying this all season. The third quarter is the Mavericks quarter. That is the Mavericks play the best basketball in the third quarter.
I give you credit. Yes, you have, sir. That was a turnover right there. Led to Kyrie a pull-up 3 right here. That was an 8-0 run. Ty Lue called the timeout.
Yeah, that's right coming out of half. Kyrie got it going. They went on an 8-0 run.
They did with the dunk of the night. My God! Somebody save that man. Then here another turnover. Mavs playing great defense in transition again. Layup by Luka. Mavs running the ball. And then Then it started getting out of hand right here. He had James Harden with his little weak floater. But yeah, it was not. The onslaught was on. Yeah, right here, Daniel Gafford playing big, dominating Zubac in that segment right there. Then you had Luka with the floater. The onslaught was on. Started building the lead back up. Then Kyrie took over, and it was just church.
I mean, look at this D3 from the American Airlines. Bam. I mean, bang!
Kyrie, you can see him focused. He was locked in.
Kyrie was super locked in.
Yeah, but this guy right here.
Dave Gafford with some post moves right there.
I'm gonna tell you something. His offense ain't gonna do nothing but get better.
Yeah.
This dude's gonna be a monster. His third and fourth year, he's gonna be a monster. Because he's very offensive.
And look at this defense right here by Derek Lively.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You see a 7'1" man sitting up there. That's Russell Westbrook with his weak little layup.
Shout out to Nash. Hey Nash, we heard from you in a minute, man.
What's up, Nash?
DJJ defending J Will and SGA would should be fun.
Yeah, man. Look at there. Look.
Kyrie for three.
Yeah, good play by PJ Washington. Beating Paul George to the ball. That's when you knew it was over. Paul George didn't have the heart no more to fight for the basketball. He knew it was over. He's setting his sights in Miami or Philly next season.
Who's that?
Paul George. He know this thing is done in L.A. He ain't win no championship with the Clippers.
Yeah, at this point, I told Kendrick we were watching the game. I was like, they quit.
Look at Paul George getting beat on the baseline. When you start getting beat on the baseline, you quit.
You've quit. And they can't tell. They can lie. They can't say no different. They've quit. They quit.
Yeah, they had that Cancun sign for the Mavs. They didn't go that airline they had. They can use that airline. They put whoever the airline they put for the Mavs. They can use that for the Clippers. Mavs running the ball. This lob.
Who starts at center? Lively Gafford. I'll go with Lively Gafford. Because lights are bright for Gafford. No. You would start Daniel Gafford. You would start Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford is about to. What the struggles of Daniel Gafford in this series will not happen in the next series.
He's going to be the bigger man in this series, and I admit he wasn't. Zubac was the biggest guy on the floor today. On the floor in this series, I didn't think he would be, but he was.
What did he tell you? Was it game one? I'm the biggest guy on the floor, and I got to play like it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to see this again. This is payback. This is payback right here from the Paul George. Right here. Look at that. Fall away three. Yeah. That's the payback for the Paul George game 4-3 right there.
Yeah, that's when PJ Washington's NBA career ended right there. That's when it ended right there. He's off to China next season. Got some dim sum for you.
And dim sum.
Yeah. Moose shoe. You want some moose shoe?
Here we go. Yeah.
The Clippers, but it was a little too late. It was a little too late. The damage was already done.
The writing was kind of on the wall after Kyrie hit that shot. Then here goes Kyrie with a little floater.
Kyrie wasn't gonna allow them to let him back off in the game.
And Kyrie played hell of defense. And the reason why he had is because he played hell of defense in the first half.
Yeah, Kyrie was locked in, man. When you see your team leader diving on the floor, multiple times, accepting the challenge from James Harden, and that got locked in, man. He wants it. And Mavs with a big time victory, 114 to, like I said, 101.
I think it's good for Luka to get some knee treatment because we don't play till Tuesday.
Well, it's good. That's why they need to win this series. I'm telling you the truth. They needed to win this series because they are hurt. They got, like I said, you don't want to be playing no Game 7 on Sunday because that's exactly what they would have been playing. If they lost the game, they'd have been playing Sunday night on TNT, Game 7.
Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
Now you off to Tuesday night. That's a big difference. Guys get the heal, and it's not a long flight. It's basically a 45-minute flight if you're flying. So they good. They good for within the situation.
Wait, how long is the flight?
About a 45, 50-minute flight.
Okay.
It's not that. Listen, it's not that long a flight.
No, not at all.
Trust me. It ain't like you're going. Like we said in the pregame, Walt. Your next flight when you want to be going to Oklahoma City instead of going all the way to California. You rather have that flight than that one. So, but
Okay, we're on standby for Coach Kidd.
Okay. Walt.
Yeah.
Who's your other? I'm gonna ask you a question. Other than the stars, who's your Mavs player of the game? Other than Luka and Kyrie, it's easy to say Luka and Kyrie because it was the main guy. Who stood on their business tonight?
On the Mavs?
Other than Luka or Kyrie, you had to pick another guy.
I may go ahead and give it to Daniel Gafford. I probably give it. It's even between Gafford or Lively. I think Lively showed up. Probably showed up the most tonight. Okay. Gafford kind of found himself close to the end. PJ still had struggled knocking down threes. Josh Green played good tonight. Yeah, it will probably be one of those. It'll probably be Derek Lively if I had to go with anybody.
Give me
Derek Jones. Lively as we call him.
Give me Derek Jones Jr. In this one. Because he only had 6, but I'm not talking about the points. It's the defense.
Yeah.
Paul George scored 33 points in Game 4. That was his total. That was his total in Game 5 and 6. Totaled up was 33 points. So his total output in the next 2 games was just as much as he got in Game 4. So that's great defense right there. Derek Jones Jr. was in Paul George's gym shorts tonight. I mean, you saw the block. I think he blocked him twice, and I think he blocked him in Game 4 also. He made Paul George uncomfortable. He made Paul George basically quit at the end of the game. He was just tired of having to deal with that defense. We saw Derek Jones Jr. In his post game interview, but he took responsibility for Paul George going off of that big Game 4 offensive production he had. Paul George was posing with the folded arms, the big shot he hit over in that basically won the game for him in Game 4. And Derek Jones Jr. took the challenge and he answered the challenge. It wasn't about points, like I said. He took out the best offensive player they had and basically counseled him for Game 5 and Game 6. My guy's Derek Jones Jr.
Yeah, I can see that, and I can understand that.
Paul George had 33 points in Game 4. He only had 33 points total in Game 5 and 6. You put it together.
Yeah, he had how many? Say it again.
He had 33 points in Game 4, right? That was his points on, and he totaled out the 33 points in the next 2 games. He had 18 in this game. He had 15 in game 5. So he added up to 33 points total in the next 2 games. That's good. That's damn good defense, Walt.
Yeah, I told you he took it personal after he got that shot hit on him.
Yeah, he got that shot. He took it personal. He took the challenge. He said, "Nah, this dude ain't finna go off no more." He was a defensive stopper on this game. Like I said, Maxey, like I said, Maxey's been the team's best defensive player. But in games 5 and in this whole series, but in games 5, especially in this game 6, Derek Jones Jr. took the challenge and he passed it, man. He answered.
Yeah, and it's like you said too. Listen, some people are gonna do it, some people won't, but you got to give Coach Kidd his flowers for these playoffs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely, you got to give him his flowers. Coach Kidd. People were talking about how Ty Lue was coaching circles around Coach Kidd.
Well, he never. They coach circles around each other because if you watch this series, whenever one made an adjustment, the other one would come back and make an adjustment.
Well, I'm just saying, you had the Mavs Twitter get on after Game 1 and say, "Oh, fire Coach Kidd." This is what I was hearing on threads. Fire Coach Kidd. Ty Lue's coaching circles around. Even had some of the known media guys. Where you guys at now? Listen, man. Like I said, I wasn't worried after Game 1. If you looked at the game, the Mavs had two bad halves in this series. If it wasn't those two bad halves, in game one and also in game 4, the Mavericks probably sweep these dudes. If you really want to get real about it, they probably
the Mavericks don't lose game 4 if Paul George doesn't hit that miraculous
shot. So it may end in 5. So basically, the Clippers were good, and I would say the Clippers were a better team in 4 quarters of this series. Other than that, the Mavs were the better team. They just were the better team.
No, the Mavericks put up points on them like in every game. Like even the 30-point comeback. Like the Mavericks had no problem scoring.
What I'm saying is the Clippers were better than the Mavs in the first and second quarter of game 1. And
right.
They were better than the Mavs in the first and second quarter of game 4. That's only 4 quarters. Other than that, the Mavs were the better team in the rest of the quarters.
Very true.
If you watch the game, if it not been like I say, if it not been for those 4 quarters, the Mavs probably sweep the Clippers. If you want to be really, in my opinion, if you want to be really real about it.
So, do you have the full schedule for the games for
let's get to it. I'm glad you said that. For anybody
where do you find it? I was trying to look for it. So
on ESPN. I'm going to NBA. Then I go to schedule, and they're going to show it right here. Okay, let's get to it. Tomorrow, there's only one game tomorrow. For anybody want to know,
I actually found it.
Okay, there's only one game tomorrow. Minnesota at Denver, the Mega Series. Joker versus Ant-Man. That tip will be at 6 p.m. on TNT. If anybody wants to know about that one, that's the only game for tomorrow. And then on Sunday you only have one game. That's a 12 o'clock tip. Game 7. We got a game 7. Orlando at Cleveland. Come on, Coach Moles. I'm pulling for you, Coach Moles. I'm pulling for you.
I'm going to Cleveland in a couple weeks. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah. Orlando, hopefully there's no basketball getting played there. Orlando at Cleveland.
I got to go to the house that Max Strus built that one night. Remember he hit that 3 when you was at that establishment?
Yeah, that was it, man. But that was one hell of an establishment. Too bad the Mavs call a L on that one.
Yeah, you had to buy them drink. You had to buy them.
Yeah.
That woman had to break that drink.
I bought them drinks for nothing for them women. But anyway.
Woman had to break them drinks. You had to pay for all the drinks with that woman.
I walked out of that too, boy. Anyway, that game will be on ABC on Sunday. Orlando at Cleveland. That'll be a 12 p.m. tip. That'll be on the game on Sunday. And then Monday, it'll start off the second round for the Knicks and the Pacers. That'll be an interesting series. There'll be a 6:30 tip on TNT. Pacers at Knicks. And then after that, it'll be game 2 of the Minnesota Timberwolves Denver Nuggets game. That'll be a 9 o'clock tip. Both games on TNT. And then Tuesday,
I'm looking at the schedule and I'm just thinking about it. Like this next round, it's basically the whole month of May. God dog, it starts May. The second round is from May 7th to possibly May 20th. If they don't sweep.
Right, for no sweep. And also Tuesday, May 7th, the winner of the Orlando Cleveland starts their series at Boston. That'll be a 6 p.m. tip on TNT. And then our Dallas Mavericks kick off their series against OKC. That'll be an 8:30 tip on TNT. Dallas at OKC. The line is already in for that one. OKC favored by 3.5 in that one. And then Wednesday, May 8th, that'll be an ESPN game. Indiana Pacers at the New York Knicks. And then on Thursday, May 9th, it'll be once again the winner of the Orlando Cleveland game on game 2 at Boston. And then also the Mavericks game 2 at OKC. Both games will be on ESPN. There you have it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't know. I guess
are they celebrating?
I guess they celebrating. And I know Coach Kidd talked already because I did see it. They have not
Also,
loaded.
if we know while we waiting on Coach Kidd, Cleveland beats Orlando today to force that game 7, 103-97. Pablo Banchero had 27 points. Donovan Mitchell in a losing effort had 50. And still caught a hot L. He had 50, and his team didn't get 100 points in that game. So game 7 with that one, like I said, is on Sunday, May 5th on ABC. Early tip, 12 noon on that one. The lines in on that one is Cleveland a 3.5 point favorite in that game, and also the line in on game 1 on tomorrow, Minnesota Denver. Denver favored by 4.5 in that one. There you have it. Scores and schedules brought to you by Big Cheers and King.
Okay.
Good grief.
I might have found it.
Okay. I know they gotta be doing interviews, especially during the playoffs. You gotta do them things. You gotta be monitored. You gotta be vigilant. You have to be there.
Let me double check and make sure.
Hey.
Okay, 1 second.
Coach Walt gets ready to try to find these interviews. Like I said, we'll be back on Tuesday. Thank goodness. 8:30 tip for that one, so we should be on 8 o'clock or 7:45 or something like that.
What time is the game on that one?
8:30 tip.
Oh, 8 o'clock.
So 8 o'clock pregame, half and post for the Mavs and the OKC Thunder. What's Capazzo say? I think it's good. Okay, that's the treatment. Yeah, like I said, it's like I said. Man, rebuff on that question. It's good. Yeah, it's very good. I mean, you don't want to be playing the game 7 on Sunday because that's exactly what you've been doing. And don't think Coach Kidd didn't tell the urgency of getting this game done. You always want to close when you got a chance to. So the Mavs get a few days off, chance to get some bumps and bruises healed up. Hopefully, it's good news for Maxey. Because you don't want him. Even though Walt says he may not be done for this, he may not be a factor in this series, but you don't want him. You don't want him being done for the playoffs. So
you will need him again. You will need him again if we play. If we have to play Minnesota, or if we have to play, definitely we have to play the Nuggets. He definitely gonna be needed.
That looked nasty. He landed straight on his shoulder. So hopefully it's not serious enough. It's just a sprain. I'm pretty sure they'll do an MRI tomorrow. And hopefully it's good news. Get some treatment off of that. And hope and good. And Luka definitely needs it because, like I said, that boy got 2 bad knees. And the reason why he's battling because he was short on him because he got no lift on his jump shot. So it's good for him to get rest.
If he played in the post, he wouldn't have that problem. But that's neither here nor there. All right, let's go to Coach Kidd real quick.
All right, let's hear from Coach. And he does have his glasses on.
Slam the door. What did you think of his performance? Especially in the third and fourth quarters.
It was Kai-like there in the second half. I thought he was having a really good game. Had some good looks there in the first half that just didn't go down. But I think, like we talked before the game, just his calmness, his energy, he was always positive in the locker room. And then there in the third, he got going. And in the fourth, he kept going. And that's just the leadership and trust that the guys have on the floor with him. But just his calmness, and he took what the defense gave, and he got going and helped us, with that 8-0 run to start the third. And I thought, from that point on, we just went.
He's now 13-0 in elimination games. Why do you think he's been able to be so successful in elimination games like this?
Well, I would say his teammates, his decision making of when to go, when to let others go. His basketball IQ is like no other. It's extremely high. His patience, the confidence that his teammates and coaches have in him, and that he's going to do the right thing, and you can see that. And so I would say that's why his record is perfect.
Coach, this Mavs team had potential before the trade deadline. You guys got Gafford, you got Washington. Tonight they played a big role once again, as they have since the trade happened. Can you just put into words their impact on this team since the trade deadline?
Yeah, they're very important when you look at the culture of our team. Our defense changed when they got here. They're not going to complain. You don't have to run a play for them. They want to do whatever it takes for the team to win. And so we've said this since they've gotten here over and over. We've been consistent that they've changed the culture. And just understanding that our defense came when they arrived. And so we needed that in this series, and we're going to need that going forward. But those two are very important to what we're trying to do.
Jason, did you have any particular message to the team after this? Do you say much about the series you just won? Do you talk about the series you're about to go into? Or do you say much at all?
Yeah, we just enjoy it. But I don't say much in front of the cameras. So once the camera's left, just enjoy it. We'll have tomorrow off. Regroup on Sunday, and then focus on Oklahoma City. But they should enjoy it. This is to beat the Clippers is no easy task. It wasn't given; those guys earned it. And so to enjoy it, they have tomorrow off, and then we'll get back to work on Saturday. Or
Coach,
Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday.
I'm sorry, Coach Kidd. Derek Lively has a near double-double this evening. What's just been your observations in his first, his rookie year playoff series?
Yeah, I thought he's been incredible. He's played his role at a very high level, being able to change shots, rebound. But I thought stepping up to the free throw line when they, were doing the hack-a-shack, I thought he did a really good job of keeping his composure and knocking down free throws. And so this young man is only 20 years old, and he also, since we've gotten him, he has changed the culture here. And that's something that when you look at our two bigs, Gaff and Lively, both of them can start. One has to start, the other one has to come off the bench, and they've been both great in those roles of one starting and the other one coming in. Those guys are playing at a very high level, and they've helped us defensively and offensively. So, but D-Live, as a 20-year-old, he's a little bit seasoned. His spirit has been here before, and you can see that his calmness and his energy and his trust in his teammates and his voice has been big, and we're going to need that again in this next series.
Coach Kidd, Josh Green finished with 7 points tonight, grabbed a couple crucial offensive rebounds. How much does Josh's energy truly help y'all?
Yeah, it's not about the points. Being able to come up with the 50-50 balls. He gave us second and third opportunities with the offensive rebounds. His ability to get deflections or steals, or again, we judge him on his energy, and I thought he was big for us there in that first half and second half. And then for him to throw in a three or two, that's a bonus. We're not looking at his stats of scoring, but his energy, and then his defense for us was good. So those are the things that we measure Josh with, and he was, again, tonight, he was really good for us.
You just describe what you guys were able to do on the boards, particularly in the first quarter when you had 10 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I thought, again, the misses, we were able to come up, Gaff and those guys. D-Live gave us second or third opportunities, and that was something that we wanted to do in this series was try to own the glass if we did miss. And we missed quite a few shots, but those guys helped us get second and third opportunities. I thought D-Live did an incredible job of tipping the balls out and giving us second and third opportunities, and we capitalized on those offensive rebounds.
Kaliba's injury was described as a shoulder sprain. He's obviously a big part of what you guys do going forward. What is your concern level, if at all, at this point?
Yeah, next man up.
Do you have any sense of how long he might be out?
I don't.
Coach, going back to Kyrie, there's been this outside perception of him as a teammate, but what have you seen from this Kyrie from the last season and a half?
When you say perception, what do you mean?
Some people might say he might be this type of locker room cancer or things like that from his time in Brooklyn. Obviously, you say he's a leader, so clearly it doesn't seem like the outside perception matches who he really is the question I'm asking.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think anybody's written that of late. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, but when you look at Kai, we don't see that perception of what's been written in the past. We're only in the present, and what he's doing is rewriting his journey, and you can see that. And so, when we got him, people didn't think he was going to fit with Luka. That changed quickly, and so now they're writing about him scoring 28 and a half. It's a beautiful thing, what he's doing. But I've known Kai, so it's a lot longer than most. And so he knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the game the right way. We're all, have our own opinions about different things. He's worldly, which is a beautiful thing, too. Most of us aren't. We're just stuck in our sport. But he can talk about other things. And sometimes that scares people. But I think what he's done for us, he's a leader, and he's teaching these young men, how to be pros, and that's something that we needed.
Okay, so to that last question, after a while, I kept saying, and Tovash tried to challenge me on it early, and I said, Vosh, Kyrie is a role model on this team. Okay, he's the guy who they look up to. He's the guy that's got everybody changing the way he's come over here and basically changed the way the Mavericks play basketball. He's changed a lot of things the Mavericks do in the locker room. A lot of things. Last year you were hearing all kinds of stuff going on in the locker room, right? Now you don't hear that kind of stuff anymore. I was on a plane. I was getting on the plane headed to Arizona when this trade happened. And I remember weeks before, people were Mavs fans. People, don't bring Kyrie here. We don't want Kyrie Irving. Don't bring Kyrie Irving here. Kyrie Irving gets here. I'm getting on the plane with Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Michael Irvin. And I told him that we were getting Kyrie Irving. He was ecstatic about it. And even up until Kyrie Irving played the night against the LA Clippers, we were doing a post-game show. That's the same night Kevin Durant got traded to Phoenix.
Right.
That night. Kyrie Irving goes out there and beats the Clippers. As a matter of fact, no Luka. Luka was out because Luka was hurt for something.
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah.
And Kyrie hit like a game-winning shot on the Clippers. And what happened? I get back to Dallas because they were on a road trip. I think we both come in at the same time. I get to Dallas. I go to the Mavs game for first Kyrie. This guy runs out to the court and gets a standing ovation from the crowd. Okay. This whole narrative about him, that's gone. We don't even need to bring that up anymore because it's not happening here. I kept telling people it's a different thing here with Kyrie now in this team. The thing is that I said, well, Kyrie is gonna love it here because that East Coast media will eat you alive. Right? And that's what they did. They ate him alive. And I said, when he come here, we're not gonna attack Kyrie like that in the media. We're not gonna do this or that to Kyrie in the media. When Kyrie is here, every time you see Kyrie, he's smiling. He's having a good time when he walks off. When he's here, you haven't heard any complaints. He loves it here. He's got his family here. He gets to walk with his kids to the locker room. You was never seen him do that in Boston and Brooklyn. He wasn't even getting the option to do that. This Mark Cuban has a chef for this guy for Ramadan. For when the sun goes down, they got a meal waiting on him. That's the type of love and respect he's been looking for from all these teams, and now he's finally getting it in Dallas.
Yeah, man. We Coach Kidd talked about culture changers, and like I said, Kyrie, he's one of the main parts of that culture change here basically right above our eyes, right in front of our eyes. Also I'm gonna give shouts out what he talked about early in the interview. We talked about getting Gafford and getting PJ. People don't know how important that was. Remember, we started off the season with Grant Williams, who was out of shape.
My God,
going to fast food establishments, Dairy Queen, on a other nightly basis. We also had
shout out Martha Brooks,
Rashard Holmes, Rashard Holmes. We had fried chicken done on Seth Curry. And in a matter of months, we changed that, and the Mavs got bigger, more athletic, more physical. PJ, we talk about how PJ, he's a dog. How he stood up to Russell Westbrook in game 3. When Russell Westbrook,
that push is still funny.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is, Westbrook was doing all this smile, and if you look back, if you look at the face expression of PJ watching, he had this devilish look on his face, like, dude, you really don't want this. You put all this hype, but I really would kill you, man. He had this like a demon look on his face, like a smile or something. But yeah, getting these guys to bring athleticism. He talked about Derek Lively had to grow up fast beyond his years with his personal issues. He's pushing through that, but man, he's a very mature young man. Getting them in the draft. I remember people talked about, don't get Derek Lively. National known media guys around. No, Derek Lively's not. I mean, no, don't.
Yeah, we were over at the Mavs front office building when they drafted Derek Lively. We were sitting in the front office building.
The best draft pick the Mavs had since 2018 when they got Luka and Luka and Jalen Brunson. And everybody thought that Max is gonna be the guy to get most of the minutes. No, he wasn't. It was Derek Lively. Had to start from jump. We saw maturity in game 1 when he was outplayed. We outplayed Wemby in game 1. He was the best center on the floor in game 1. It wasn't the number 1 overall pick. So we talk about culture changes. It gives shots out, and like you said, last post game saying, give shots out to Nico Harrison. Godsend what he's done compared to the last regime. You think the last regime would be doing deals like this with a guy? You think Kyrie would have wanted to be here on the last regime? Hell no. It's a culture change here. And when I mean culture change, I mean not just on the court. I mean off the court, and it's a welcome, great culture change. So shouts out to everybody. But like I say, the thing's not done yet. I'm gonna take these few days off and get ready for OKC. Let's get to the next interview, Walt.
All right, next up we got 3J Washington, the man who stands on business. Uh-oh. Wrong button. Okay, here he is. Here's 3J.
Of a rough performance in your last game, and then you tonight coming out the gate dropping 14 points. How did it feel tonight?
Felt great. I mean, everybody knew how important this game was. So for me, just try to come in with the same mentality, take the open ones, and credit to my guys for finding me.
What's going through your mind when you see Kyrie cook the way he did the second half?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's like 2K. Yeah, Mamba takeover. So he was just doing what he does. He's special, and I'm just glad to be on his team. And I mean, y'all seen it, so ain't much to say, honestly.
What's it like to be on the court with that, though?
I mean, I'm just in awe each and every night. I mean, Luka and Kai, they're special players, and they make special plays each and every night. So just to be able to be a part of something special here in Dallas, I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to play my role as well.
The team changed when you and Daniel got here. Talk about how you feel about being a part of that change.
No, I think the biggest thing for me was the defensive end. I told you guys when I first got here that was my main emphasis coming in, and that's where I hang my hat, me and Dan. So I feel like we just came in with that presence each and every night, and it turned our season around. So credit to us too, and then credit for everybody for trusting us on that end. So I feel like we're just fitting in great.
PJ, can you put into words your first series with the Mavericks in the playoffs?
Exciting. I mean, ups and downs. We stuck together throughout the whole series, and that's all that matters. And we're on to the next one.
2020 and 2021, previous losses to the Clippers, but was there any extra motivation to get this one behind you against this team?
They were just another team in a way, honestly. For us, it was just one step closer to our goal tonight, and we made it happen. Obviously, we're excited to go into the next round and see what happens.
BJ, just going off your last response, just going off the next round, what would you like to see carry over from this round when you go up against the Thunder?
Our defense, the way we talked down there, was special, and it helped us win the series. Just to be able to hold those guys to not making a lot of threes, especially game 1 and game 4. That's how they beat us. So for us, that was our main emphasis throughout the series, and we did a good job of that.
What was your reaction when you came in this morning and you walk in the arena and you see your pose on all those posters?
I wasn't expecting it, but I mean, it was definitely a special moment for me. Obviously, being from here and being able to be obviously doing everything I'm doing. So for me, I'm just happy to be here, and it's exciting each and every day.
And become viral like that because everybody's doing the PJ.
Yeah, no ma'am. I mean, I don't like when people tell me what to do, so he told me not to, and I did it anyway.
Both Dante and Luka and asked them if they learned anything new about the team throughout the series. They both said no. They already knew what this team was capable of. But do you band any closer together when you're in a fight each round as you guys move along?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, I feel like this team is very connected on each end of the floor. We always cheering each other on. We don't care who scores as long as we win. I mean, and that's all it's about. I mean, every great team has that mentality, and we have it as well. So it's exciting.
PJ is somebody who hangs his hat on the defensive end of the floor. What did you think of Kyrie's performance when he had opportunities to cover Harden? How did that make a difference for you guys these last 2 games?
He was big for us. I mean, just to be able to be our leader and be able to play both ends of the ball is special. I mean, he's been here before, and he's been in those big moments, and he was just leading us throughout the whole series. So Kai's a special player, and I'm just glad he's here once again.
You and Daniel were the new guys at the trade deadline. You guys played a big role tonight. You played a big role since you joined the team. What kind of relationship have you developed with Daniel since that trade happened?
I've been knowing Dan since like middle school because he's from Arkansas and I'm obviously from here. So we used to play AU against each other all the time. So, I mean, I've been knowing him. He's familiar. And for me, it was great finally getting to be able to play with him. So that chemistry was already there, and I already knew what he can do, and he knew what I could do on the floor. So it's special being able to play with him.
They don't have a mic, but I'll just ask. We often hear about the leadership from Luka and Kyrie, but I wanted to ask you about Markieff as he's one of the vets on this team. What is he either saying to you guys throughout this series or keeping you guys motivated? What does he sound like?
I mean, throughout the whole year, he's been that voice for us. He's been there before as well. So just having multiple voices in the locker room has been great. And he's being vocal and being present each and every night, and he's a player coach for us as well. So it's always great having an OG like that.
PJ, game was tied going into halftime. What was Coach Kidd's message to get y'all back on track to go win that game in the second half?
Just to stay focused. We knew they would come back. I mean, they were fighting for their lives. So for us, just try to stay focused and continue with the game plan and force them to take tough twos.
At the end of the third quarter there, you take I think it was a corner 3, and the rebound comes right back and you get it, and Kyrie knocks down a 3. What's the offensive rebounding mindset been for this team, and how much was it stressed?
We know how good we can rebound the ball on both ends of the floor, and we try to stress that. I mean, we have guys that can rebound as well. I mean, Josh did a great job. I did a great job. Jones did a great job. So everybody's coming out those corners trying to be aggressive and get extra plays for us, and it helps us win each and every night.
Yeah, Kendrick. Real quick, we've got a situation that appears to develop. Russell Westbrook gets into it with the fan in the crowd. Starts chanting Westbrook, and Russ responds. He does not like to call Westbrook.
would say I'm shocked, but no, I'm not shocked, man. Listen, man,
At least he didn't do like Pat Beverly and rifle a ball at him.
well, that's good for him. But they basically kind of the same player.
And hit a,
Thin skin.
and hit a woman of European descent. But that's
Yeah,
neither here
man.
nor there.
I'm
I
shocked he
like
got in.
PJ and Derrick Jones matchup against SGA and Jalen Williams. We also had the advantage at center because Chet is too thin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the Mavs' chances in this series. Like I said, the Mavs should have Daniel Gafford should have a very easy. I mean, it's not gonna easy a more easier time dominating the paint. Him and Derek Lively.
The pick and rolls are coming back.
Than this series right here. But interesting. Going back to PG. I mean, excuse me. PJ. Yeah, man. Like I said, we talked about it just before his interview. Culture changers. He's a guy who's a very confident guy. But he's a grimy dude, man. He don't take no stuff. I remember he said that we done with those guys. You know, the series got very chippy right there, and from what I'm hearing, he doesn't really have that much. Let's see, if you want to say much respect or fairness for those guys over there. There was a lot of chirping going back and forth, but he was in the middle of most of it. But yeah, man, like I said, I like it. I like it what he does on the defense end. Could be better on the offense end, but like I said, he knows his role. Well, he talked about knowing his role, and he doesn't have a problem with his role. And the same thing with Darren Gafford. He's happy to be here because what was he doing? What was he doing? Just think about it. What was he doing in Charlotte? He was losing. He was losing 50 or 60 games a year. This is the farthest he's ever been in a playoff round. I don't think he's ever been in the playoffs. Him or Gafford. So a guy like that, they're gonna be grateful. They're gonna play hard, lights out, whatever they can give you. And so like shout out to him, man. His defense was awesome. Hopefully he can get better at his opportunities at shooting. Shooting threes. He's gonna have to be better shooting threes when he's open because they're gonna double Luka and double Kyle like they always do. He's going to opportunity to hit those corner threes. He's got to knock them down. But hats off to PJ for what he did in this series, man. He hit some big shots in this game, and he played some outstanding defense.
Yes. That's it for the interviews. And real quick, we were talking about Coach Kidd earlier and his success in the playoffs. The thing is that what I was saying, what Kendra was saying is how Tyronn Lue and Coach Kidd, they were coaching circles around each other, out coaching each other. One thing Tyronn Lue did game one, they started doing the pick and roll, and as I want to say about game two, he had took the pick and roll away. There was no pick and roll for the Mavericks. So what does Coach Kidd do? Coach Kidd says, okay, so you taking my pick and roll away. Game two, we come out. Game two was the game where we just got hot. Wasn't it? Yeah, I think game two was the game we just got hot.
Game two.
Well, Kawhi came back. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kawhi came back.
Game two was kind of like a back and forth, and Luka and Kai hit some big shots at the end.
Well, actually, PJ saved us that game.
He scored 18 that game. Yeah, the best score. He scored 18.
They put Kawhi back on the floor, and that was the game that Coach Kidd was like, okay, you got Kawhi on the floor, but we're not finna let him go off, and we're gonna throw differently. I don't know if you go back and watch that game. Do you see how many substitutions they kept making in that game? Like it was a sub like almost after every other dead ball.
Right.
All right. So he was like, okay, you got Kawhi on the floor. We're gonna get some different looks. We're gonna give him different looks. We're gonna put the clamps on him and not get him going. But they started deferring. So they started deferring to him. Okay. So they win that game. So what does Tyronn Lue come back and say? Game three.
Game three was chippy as hell.
Game three was like, okay, Tyronn Lue was like, okay, we're gonna kind of muck it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna make that was chippy as hell right there. That was
right. But then Westbrook started acting like a dumbass and gave us 11 extra points, which we won by 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So game 4 comes around, and
that's
I
when
mean,
they just hot. They just hot.
They just got out on our, but you know, before, if you remember in the press conference, he said, I read his quotes, and he said, you know, we gotta have emotion, but we can't get ejected or whatever. So they played more composed. You saw a different Westbrook. You saw this. You saw that. And he said no Kawhi, no Kawhi, because they started noticing we win games without Kawhi.
Yeah,
We
and
got
like I
out
said,
early.
yeah, like I said, they was hitting anything and everything in that first half. Harden, PG, and Norman Powell. And like I said, it wasn't like open shot. They was hitting contested shots with guys with hands in their face. They was just hitting them. And then you had that great comeback by Kyrie, scored 40 or 42 or something like that in the game.
Right, but they got beat up. They started beating up Kyrie a little bit.
Yeah, and then also you had that 6 shot by Paul George, basically game sealer. Well, it almost was a turnover. If you look back at that play, the ball was rolling around close to the baseline. He was able to get it, and then made a rhythm dribble up and then shot it up in the corner and then hit it, and it basically gave them back a 2-point lead. And the Clippers took control of it from then. Then you had James Harden hitting floater after floater. When he was on his floater game.
But if you go back to game one, Tyronn Lue basically made Lively and Gafford ineffective, right?
Yeah, they
so
took
now
away
we
pick
come
and
back,
roll.
right. So now we come back to game 5, and Coach Kidd finds a way to make Gafford and Lively effective.
You want to know why? You want to know why that happened?
Go ahead.
Because guys started hitting the 3-point shot.
Right, and I was just going to say, and that's because Maxi Kleber. He made the adjustment of putting Maxi Kleber in. Maxi Kleber started playing defense. Maxi Kleber started playing defense in game 2? Game 2 was when Maxi probably had his best defensive game. Maxi had that was his first best game. Game 5 was probably his best game of the series.
But they had to change it because Maxi, and even in game 5, Maxi and Derrick Jones Jr. hitting the 3-point shot. So you can't cram. You can't cram in the paint if guys are hitting shots. They had to go back out, which led those what you start seeing in game 5 and game 6. You started seeing pick and rolls and dunks again because now they couldn't just say, oh well, they're not gonna hit the shot. We'll just pack the paint.
And they had Terrence Mann on Luka, and he kind of put the clamps on him. So, like I said, game 5, it basically was a Maxi game. Maxi kind of saved the series that game.
Right. Maxi hit all his threes. He hit all his threes,
and he played hella defense.
Yeah, correct.
And then you had tonight. It was just a collective effort until when Maxi went down. But then after that, PJ hit 3.
Like I said,
Junior hit his shots.
Yeah,
Kyrie.
It went on that 8-0 run. At the beginning of the second, and then Kyrie just took control from then on, and then it was church after then.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Coach Kidd, they both raised the bar on each other, so it's amazing, Like, and Kendrick kept saying, not Kendrick, Tobias kept saying, he's never gonna get his he's just due. Like you said earlier, where the people that was calling for Coach Kidd's job. I keep trying to tell people, I don't know what coach you're gonna bring in here. That's gonna do it.
Coach Kidd Coach Kidd has won 3 out of his first 4 playoff series he's coached the Mavericks in. The one loss he had was to the defending champion Golden State Warriors, the team that won the championship.
Right. And he lost that because of Kevon Looney, because his center was the White Pal.
Thank you.
And Kevon Looney was like, man, y'all barbecue chicken, you gonna put this guy on me?
Kevon Looney looked like an all-star there, boy. He made his money. He made his money that series, boy.
The same way how Zubac looked like an all-star with 20 and 15.
Yeah, that was shocking. But shouts out to Zubac. I didn't think he had that in him, but Zubac was the bigger man on the floor this series. He played like it up to a certain point. But yeah, man.
And then reality set in. So this was a hell of a series, man. And like Kendrick said, we're gonna get started back up. What, Tuesday?
Tuesday. We're gonna take a little break because we've been grinding, man. Mavs playoff basketball, draft, whether it be the Cowboys, the Wings, Rangers, Stars. We've been grinding, man. So we'll take a little break.
I changed it. I'm gonna get this away at the end of this round. I'm gonna give this away at the end of the Thunder Mavericks round. Now, I'm gonna tell you how you can win this, but I'm giving away an original Kyrie Irving jersey when he first got to Dallas. It's a hot commodity because Tovas is trying to buy it from instead of letting me give it to somebody. That's how hot this commodity is right here. I'm giving away a Kyrie Irving number 2 when he first got to Dallas. Hot commodity jersey. Right here. The home jersey. I'm giving that away. I'm gonna tell you how you can win it. I'll tell you how you can win it on Tuesday. I'll definitely tell you how you can win on Tuesday.
That'll work.
Yep. All right, man. So we'll be back. Boys, it feels good Tuesday.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get a break, man. Listen, guys, like I said, we've been grinding, dude. We've been grinding. So if it's gonna feel good, have a little break, man. a little break, because I damn this show didn't want to do no Game 7 on Sunday night, man. I damn sure didn't want to do that.
And then turn around, had to do it again on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah. So Mavs get a break. We get a break. We'll see you on Tuesday at 8. Join us at 8 p.m. pregame. Tip will start at 8:30.
Yep. So until then, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Always do what's best for business. If we don't see you around, then we will see you around live this Tuesday at 8:00 p.m.
Yeah, but you probably won't be seeing Russell Westbrook too long.
No,
Bye, Russell.
because he's not standing on business like we are.